Hello everyone. Today we're going to learn how to scrape data and write it to a file. And there are many methods to write it to a file, but we're going to use today how to write a text file. So in that way, we're going to import CVS. I'm sorry, CSV, because CSV is the basic file for a comma delineated file. And we are going to later save that as what we call data.txt, because that's going to be the comma delineated file. Okay. So in order to do so, let's get some basic data. And if you watched some of my previous videos, I've been able to scrape a lot of information off the web. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to scrape some of the price information from Best Buy for some of the TVs, which is going to be Sony 55-inch and Sony 65-inch. Okay, so this is probably repetition, so I'm not going to go over this again in terms of how to use regex and urllib in order to scrape information. So once we have captured information, okay, now what we're going to do is that I'm going to skip to where I'm going to write my CSV file, and I'm going to name it as data.txt, okay, and I'm going to open that file, and I'm going to have what I call a file pointer to do so. And with that, I'm going to start writing a file, and I'm going to, like I said, have it as a comma delineated. So in order to do so, I'm going to have it as data, and I'm going to write down each of the data as a row. So that is for the first row, I'm going to have Sony 55-inch, and I'm going to have the price point. And if you remember from the previous video, we did scrape the price information, but if you look at it, it had some unwanted characters, so that is like a comma or a semicolons and so on. So what I did was that I did some string parsing, and I removed some of the unwanted characters, so I'm just going to get the price itself. So this on the first row, I'm going to have Sony 55-inch with the price of the 55-inch television, and on the second row, I'm going to get the price of the 65-inch and the 65-inch and the price of the 65-inch. Okay, so just to kind of make sure that this is all a valid site and a URL. I'm going to probably show you this in one of my um, Chrome browsers. Okay, so here it is. So here's my Chrome browser right here, and it's a 55-inch. It has a price point of $7.99. Okay, and for the second one, it is this is the URL. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to probably show you here for the second one. And this has a price point of $1,399. Okay, so now I'm going to minimize that, and let's run this and see what happens. Okay, so it's running. Yes, I got this Sony 55-inch and the Sony 65-inch, and now you would probably notice to go into my file. Now I have been created a data.txt file, and if I were to open it, and you'll probably notice that Sony 55-inch at $70.99, Sony 65-inch at $399 has been acquired. Okay, and just to kind of do a little bit more, if I were to probably add some more text writing, say for example, I want to have a timestamp. Okay, so if I were to have time, and I would to probably put a timestamp as the one that I have previously seen. So I'm going to use the string time date now or date time now. And if I were to put this in, whoops, okay, there we go. And if I were to close this, let's see what happens and what type of a file that I'm going to get. Okay. So now I'm going to run this. Okay, there seems to be one error. I forgot to have ending parentheses. Okay, now it's getting the price information and everything. And now let's see my file again. Let me close this. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that this file is going to be changed. Yes, you could probably notice on the third line now I have the timestamp, and it's going to be given as a string, and this is the string or at the time of when I'm been scraping this information. Okay, so hopefully this video has been quite informative in terms of how to um, uh, write a file using Python. Okay, thanks.